Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Maria from Under the Night Moon, and I'm here to do a flip through of one of my latest journals that I've just completed. It's taken me a little while to finish this one. It's pretty big, definitely chunky, and it has a lot of pages. So I'm doing this flip through to be able to show in detail all of the things that I've added to this book to make it what it is. I like for my journals to take people away, to forget about whatever might be going on in their lives and just take them away. And so this book has a lot of layers and textures, fabrics, some jewelry pieces. This is a really old shoe clip. So here we go. This is the cover, and this book measures a little over 6.5 by 5.5. It has 2 signatures sewn in, and the spine is almost 2 inches, and it's composed of chipboard and then wallpaper, and so I've sewn the layers together, and it's pretty soft. It's not the illustration board that I like to use. This is just a medium grade chipboard, so it's soft, and I like for it to be soft, especially when I have so many things going on the inside. So it's pliable, it moves, and I think that's good for just whoever owns this book, so that there's no cracking or any of that going on. It's just definitely reinforced with the stitching. And the wallpaper is very durable, and I really like using it's new wallpaper. It's not vintage, but it has a vintage feel to it, and I like the durability of the newer wallpapers, and it's hard to find the vintage ones, to be honest. So anyway, okay, so on the cover, one of my favorite vintage reprints. It's actually a root beer advertisement, and I just love it. I think she's beautiful. And so I've got velvet trim on here. I've got a collage of papers on the background. This is a silk ribbon, vintage silk ribbon from my studio. I've got the star tool trim, ruffles, flowers, lots of trims. It says memories down here on the bottom, and then I have a little pin with a little flower, this pretty little bow charm, and a pearl. It's sort of dangly. And then my favorite part of this book, no doubt, is this cool tassel that I've made. I have a tassel loom that I just purchased, so I'm going to be making a lot of tassels for my books because I just love it. It's cool. And I've attached another little flower charm, oops, sorry about that, and a handmade ribbon here, and it's just to one of these little pins, which can be taken out if you want to maybe put the tassel somewhere else. I just love it. I think it goes with this book perfectly. And so here we go. This video might be long because there's quite a few pages. But again, it's just I want to be able to show everything, and then on my Etsy, in my Etsy shop, I only get 10 pictures. So this is my way of being able to just show the whole book in its entirety and also tell you a little bit about it as I go, which is fun. So in the cover here, inside there's a pocket, and you can see the wallpaper. And then I've been doing some swatches lately. I just think it's really fun I have a lot of ribbons and things to do swatches with, so you'll see more of these coming up in my books. Lots of ribbons, trims, and there's room for more in there. I'm gonna have a little belly band here, just holding some journaling cards, excuse me. More ribbons and trims. All the pages have been sewn along the edges. Not all of them, but some of them. I have mother of pearl buttons that you can see there, sewn with gold thread. This tag is really fun. It's a die cut of a hat box. That is my animal. I have a cat and he just tried to jump up here and he actually slid off the table. So you might see a cat in this video. His name is Lulu and he's funny. Sorry about that. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so here's this pretty little hat box die cut that I have. And so I've attached that with a pretty little tag. And that goes in here. This book is very feminine, girly, typical of my journals to take people away. A little notepad in here. You can journal, write some thoughts down. And ribbons, trims, ruffles. A lot of my fabrics and things from my studio here. Little tags. Pretty Anna Griffin papers. My pink pages. Handmade flowers by me, which I need to make some more of these. Pretty little tuck spots, pockets, places for you to add a photo. This would be really sweet to put a photo there. And then I'm trying to also use up a lot of my scrapbooking papers, which I have a lot of. And so this one's really pretty. Lots of tags in here. Cool little tuck spots, places to journal. I got this little fringe trim down here. I don't know if you can see. And then a little tuck spot here. And then this is a flip over, but it's got a cool pocket here. You can journal. And here. A lot of ribbons and trims. Very girly, very pretty. This book, I didn't have any boundaries. If I wanted to put it in this book, I did. The only thing I had to be careful of was the thickness, which it was much thicker. I did have to pare down a little. But I really like to have the freedom of my books to just take you away and just start your own story. And I hope that this inspires someone to write their story, maybe hand it down to their children, grandchildren, or maybe your hopes and dreams. I always think these books would be good for teenagers to be able to write their hopes and dreams. So there's a top loading pocket and two pretty nice size cards to record dreams and hopes on. And then over here, lots of embossed tags. Here's another pretty little hat box tag. I just love that little die. Another pocket here. This is the center of the first signature. I've used an iridescent thread to tie the book, so it's subtle but pretty. And then some pretty tags to journal on, add pictures. Certainly room for more. And then stop, have a cup of tea, maybe write, lists that you have for Christmas. There's a pretty fussy cut rose there. And there's a little dress form pocket here. And it does have some places to journal on here. It's a beautiful flower. You could add a picture to the other side. Those just tuck inside. This pretty dress form, I've kind of added a little dress to it. And that flips over. Some little tickets here. Pretty little velvet ribbon here that I've adorned with some pearls. This is some dotted paper in the back. And then just a quiet place to write on right here, like a little stationery stop. You need to write some thank you notes. I did leave these plain so you can write in your own tabs and themes that you may have. To be pretty layout pages here. And then typical with my books, I've added length to the tabs so that you can hold the book back. And I will include the clothespins in this book so that you can just pin the pages so that you can keep it open. And so here we have a really pretty pocket up here with some tags, journaling tags, pretty Anna Griffin papers in there, pretty golden die cut, vintage lace down here. Very pretty, very feminine. This would be a beautiful book for a bride. Just logging down her new days as a bride. Which I just love that idea of my books going to someone who's recording just their life. It's a very beautiful way to do it and to pass it down. I would have loved to have gotten a book like this from my mom. And here I've attached a pin, which is just a pretty little accent piece, and there's a stopper on it so no one gets poked. But it's just a feminine little hat pin that I've added to the page. And of course some reprints here, pearl trim, lace, and then another place for you to add your dreams. And I did go ahead and stamp that one for you. And then some more pink pages, pockets, fussy cut roses, tags, some of my gold paint. And here's some more length to our ribbon. And we just keep tacking these back as we go so that the book stays open for you to write. And you can bring this one all the way to the front. I've got longer ribbons towards the front for you to do that so that you can journal and work in this book easily. This is a little glassine bag with some tags in it. Lots of room in there for more. Just a pretty little tuck spot. And then a belly band here. The place to put the date. If this was going to be for a bride, that's where she could put her date. Or whatever you're journaling, maybe you want to put the date. This is some of my vintage trim. It's really cool. It's double-sided satin and it's got this accordion to it. I have a whole roll of it. I'm going to start using it. I've been hoarding it just because I love it. But I'm going to start using it in my books because I need to just use up my stash. I will be doing a studio tour soon to show the amount of stuff I have. My studio is pretty cool, so I need to share it. So here's a little ticket, and then under here it's got a little hidden shoe, and then there's the other one, and it says, "Have courage." So that's just a cute little, just a little place to take you away. And then of course here's a pocket with some vintage ephemera, place to journal of course as always, and a sweet little bird. More journaling pages, layout there, or you can journal on this beautiful Anna Griffin paper. Pink pages. Lots of tabs and things to help you turn the pages. Here I have a pretty little rhinestone cameo and a little reprint up here. This is Maggie Holmes paper, another one of my favorite designers. a little stationery stop, place for you to just do some quiet journaling. And there's gold paint on everything in these books just to add sparkle. Some more Anna Griffin flowers here. They're three-dimensional and very sturdy. So there's a little tea break. It says happiness here on the tab. Place to journal. This folds over. This folds over. This is vintage graph paper I rescued from a Goodwill. Beautiful color on it. It's just beautiful. And then this really pretty scrapbooking paper with the dishes. I just love it. And it's gold embossed. This has a little heart charm on the bottom here. Oh, am I out of focus? I am so sorry. There we go. There you can see the heart charm. Moving right along. This is a page of my French cookbook. If you watch any of my videos, a lot of my books have pages to this French cookbook because it's handwritten. I am no longer cooking for a living, but I did for many years. And I just think that a handwritten cookbook is crazy. The time it took to do that. So this is another Goodwill rescue. And we'll see what the recipe is coming up. But you could still make this recipe, whatever it is. We'll see what it is coming up. So here's the center of the second signature, and just some really pretty scrapbooking paper that I've embellished. Some sequin trim up here. Some roses. Labels for you to label whatever layout. Some pom-pom trim for fun. Keep it interesting. Here's another ribbon that we can use to hold this open if we need to. These clothespins will come with the book and they will be decorated. Another fussy cut rose with some reprints. This pretty tag with this gold embossed. Okay, so it's for something mimosa. Eggs mimosa maybe. So there's your recipe. The pretty fussy cut vintage rose up there. It's one of my favorite images right there. And I think we're almost finished. This is just another journaling stop. Lots of pretty little things to journal on. Pretty little teacup up here. Some gold trim. A lot of room in here for more things. And of course, you know, layouts, you could do your own collage on this paper. And then this is sort of like a 3-tier journaling spot. So the tea, and then the pot, pretty little fussy cut rose, and some typography up there. Pretty papers. This is my paper from Target that I love. Places to journal. Some more of these, just different papers. I love adding all of these different papers to journal on. You know, it just adds so much texture, and it just makes journaling more fun when you have different things to choose from that you want to put your story on. And I know that from my own personal journal, which one of these days I will show because it's really cool and it's fun. That's just another video. Anyway, some more of that Maggie Holmes paper. And this reads, "There is no one just like you," up here. And then here's this pretty little reprint here. And she's decorated. Some final journaling tags. This is a cool, it's a table number, but I just think it's beautiful, and you could certainly write a story on the back of this. And so I included that. Pretty little French boot die cut down there. And more tags, some pretty music paper. And then here's the end of the book. And I've gone ahead and added another swatch of a lot of my trims in this tag. Another really pretty journaling tag here, or you can add a picture too. Some scrap papers that I just like to add, because you can write on the back of those as well. And then this is a little side tuck here, like just little tags and things that go in sideways on this pretty paper here. And then the last page has an envelope that I lined with papers. It does have some things in it for you that I've added. Some pretty journaling cards, very ladylike. These are from the Graphics Fairy, my latest obsession. And I like to put the envelopes towards the end because they're quick to get to. So if you're putting receipts in there and you need to get to them quickly, you know it's at the back of the book. And then behind the envelope is another tuck spot. And I've gone ahead and given you some pretty papers again to write on. You know, when you choose your paper to write on, there's these larger ones in the back. And that's the end. This is the back, like I said, covered in the wallpapers and ribbons and trim, my usual. And then this book does close, so you can take your clothespins. And then I have a ribbon secured underneath the book, so it's not going anywhere. And if you want to keep it closed, there you go. So that is the final flip through of this book. I hope you enjoyed watching this. There's a lot to look at. It's definitely a feminine and really pretty getaway. So this will be listed in my Etsy shop later tonight. Thank you so much for watching. And if you'd like to view more of my work, you can click the subscribe button if you like, and then you'll be updated when I list new videos. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.